A very good morning from Tel Aviv, Israel. We're here at Ground Zero reporting on the Israel retaliation to the Hamas terror attack. I'm Barkha Dutt. You're with the Mojo Story. With me is somebody who's going to help us, a new friend we've made here in Israel. In fact, we're staying at a guest house, a very lovely guest house that he runs, Ellie Srugo. He's going to also be helping us over the next week. So, Ellie, hi. It's say hi to everybody in India. I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to hearing from you, Ellie. Good morning, India. All right. Before we talk to Ellie, let's bring you all the latest updates. Here's what we know so far. And we can bring up all of the latest images as well as Israel makes the final moves for its ground assault on Gaza. Remember, Israel had set a 24-hour deadline for 1.1 million Palestinians to evacuate and relocate themselves within Gaza. While the United Nations and other international agencies are warning about the humanitarian catastrophe that could unfold in Gaza, Israel says that it has a right to response. After all, the world has seen the gruesome trauma that was inflicted by Hamas, not only on soldiers of the IDF here in Israel, but on civilians, women, children, and the elderly. What we do know is that 300,000, and this is a record. Remember, military draft is compulsory in Israel, but a record 300,000 reservists, Israelis from all around the world, are coming here to join the voluntary force to take part in this war. What is going to happen? What is its end game? Will another front open in the north as the Hezbollah engages the Israeli forces? There's a lot to talk about. We'll be on the ground. We'll be traveling to those areas where the tanks, as you can see on your screen, are rolling out. And we are going to be right here at the epicenter of the war zone. Ellie, I want to start by asking you to tell us what is the mood of ordinary Israelis today, people like yourselves. Now, you have served in the army, have you not?
Yes, I serve in the army, and I can tell you that first of all, we didn't understand what's happened. Just 1 month ago, we opened the border from Israel to Gaza, and we led to a lot of workers to come to Israel to get a job here. This is families in Gaza.
Mm.
This is they get the best of the best salary. I can tell you, if they get 50 shekel, that's $50 per day in Gaza. In Israel, they get $150. That it's a really,
So you're saying people did well, people could have taken this
of
opportunity in
course,
Gaza.
and we are looking to try to find a peace process with them.
That was earlier.
Yeah, the problem is that we are not front of the Palestinian people. We are front of the Hamas.
Hold that thought. Something that Ellie just said is that what a lot of Israelis are saying here on the ground. The Palestinian people are not our enemies. The Palestinian people are people we have some in southern Israel have are friends with Palestinians
Of
who have come
course.
in and worked. But Hamas is a whole different game, right? And Ellie, right now, what is
Hamas
Israel?
is ISIS.
Hamas is
The
ISIS.
people in the world, they have to understand Hamas is ISIS. If people kill children, cut the head of the children and the babies, they are not animals. They are under the animals. I don't want to say to the animals that they are like Hamas because it's not fair to the animals. That's what everybody understands in Israel. If they think that we have a problem in the politician situation now in Israel, they wrong. We are united. All the Israelis united, left party and right party. After the war, this is the problem that we have to fix in my
After the war,
country.
you'll deal with whether the Netanyahu government is accountable or
Of
not.
course, but now we are united, and everybody have to understand it. What they doing, they are not fighting with army. They killed babies, people that they killed babies, and you know what? Some people, if they didn't understand the meaning of babies or children, they killed a cow in the dairy. They killed the dogs of the they coming happy to them. They killed the dogs of the kibbutzim in Gaza Strip. This is something that people I can't understand.
But can I ask you something? Israel is obviously planning to move ground troops into Gaza. That's what it looks like, right? We don't know. But
Maybe.
the question is this, the question is not an operational question. The world is concerned about, you yourself said, Palestinians are not your enemy. The world is concerned about the civilian cost. People who are not Hamas, but live in the Gaza Strip. Can they
They
relocate?
vote for the Hamas. You have to understand.
But elections haven't happened there for many years. You know that also.
A few times they vote for the Hamas. First of all, I have to tell you like that. If I think before, okay, that the civilians are not belonging, and I saw when the terrorists of the Hamas bring the people, the nation old people, 75 years to 90 years old, people that they survived the Holocaust of the German, and they took them to Gaza, and all the people, from children up to old people, beat them and attack them, all of them, all of them for myself, the Hamas. But state of Israel, fair enough to them. Give them an option. 24 hours, you have to leave the area, leave us to fight
How
against the
how
Hamas.
how how do 1 million people move
It's not a first of all,
in
it's
in
not a
24
million. It's
hours?
not a 20. First of all, it's not a million people. It's only 300,000 people. And the Hamas, like the other war against Israel, they put front the children and the women, and then they looking for the nice picture. I'm sorry to say that, a nice picture for the world that Israelis army attacked them. If people are looking for us that we have to be in proportion about what's happened now, I have to tell you that the Israeli army, that everybody knows that we are human and we care about everyone, no more. This is a war. And in a war, if they do something like that, they have to pay no proportion. What is you looking for? That we are going to find a
So, so,
party
so
in Gaza? Wait a minute. And then we find a woman and we rape a woman and we kill children and then we say now we have a balance. This is not a balance. Gaza have to be clean. I'm looking for the next month that is going to be in this area a new Middle East. A new Middle East that those people that they want to live here with the peace, with the Israelis, they live with us. I have a lot of friends in the West Bank, a Palestinian, and they know me exactly. I am a one that is looking always for peace.
can
But
I
in
can I
this moment, this is not the situation.
can I
This
summarize?
is
Can I summarize what you're saying? You're saying that Israel cannot be asked at this moment to be proportional, but you will say the IDF will fund war.
Golda Meir, she said in 1973, after what they do to us, nobody can tell us in the all over the world what to do now. And we have to find a solution to destroy the Hamas. I don't say that we have to destroy Gaza, but Hamas have to move from this area forever. Look, 12 years ago, Ariel Sharon, that he was the Prime Minister of State of Israel, give Gaza Strip to the Hamas or to the Palestinian there. They get a lot of money from all over the world. If they use this money to develop Gaza, to build factories, to build hotels, Gaza can be today like Tel Aviv, like the French Riviera, like Singapore. But what they do with the money? First of all, they took the money for the if I can tell it like that, the mafia of the leaders of them. They till today they stay in Four Seasons Hotel in Qatar. It's cost
The
2,500.
Hamas, the
The
Hamas
Hamas leaders,
leadership.
yes, $2,500 per night, and they stay there. Who paid for this? This is the money that belonging to those two people that they're running away from Gaza now. They use the money for to buy missiles and the rocket to attack Israel. You have a land, build your state. Build your no, they don't want to build the state. We give them a finger, they want all the body, not the arm. So in this situation, the Hamas have to leave this area forever. We don't need a terrorism group like that. And also the Hezbollah in the north.
What
Both
about
of
the
them.
larger problem between Israel and Palestine? There are a lot of Israelis I know who support the
Listen,
the two-state solution, the right of the
I will
Palestinians also
tell
to
you,
have
I
their own
will tell
state.
you like that. Looks to all the Arab countries around us, and can you find me in Syria and the other places here in Egypt? How many young people they can go to university like in Israel? All the Arab people that are living in Israel, the Muslims, Arab people that they living in Israel, they have the best of the best life. In this place, we don't have any a young lady, a molester is in my apartment. The other side, I rent a place for a doctor and a Muslim, and they start treating you in the same shelter. We don't have a problems. If we if you give to the local people to finish the peace process, after 2 days we finish the peace process. The problem is the situation of the politicians from both sides. Both sides. Yes, we have a problem here, and the problem that we have in this land is around 5% to 10%, both sides, from the Israeli side and the Palestinian side. If we can catch all those people and to put them in the side, this area is going to be
I
the best of the
I
best
want to
place
pick
to,
up what
to
you
live.
said, quoting Golda Meir. You said after what has been done to us, nobody can tell us what to do,
Correct.
right? But you would have also seen some of the images coming out of Gaza, which where Palestinians say our children are also dying. Our children are dying in these airstrikes. You know,
They have a choice. They have a choice to take the children of them out of the area. Believe me, when Israeli soldiers, and I was an Israeli soldiers, and in the beginning of the training, teach us no woman, no children. I can tell you that a lot of soldiers of my friend, when we've been in Lebanon war, when the children of the Hezbollah come in front of us with RPG on the shoulder, we had a big problem if we have to shoot them because they are children. But they killed a lot of friends of mine that they said I can't shooting on a child, but he shoot him. So the situation here, it's very difficult because we are looking to live in a peace
okay.
with them.
And what about, you mentioned Hezbollah? What about the Hezbollah engaging the Israeli forces on in the north? What if you are in a two-front war now?
I can tell you, in the north, we have a border since the Sykes-Picot agreement between Britain and France, be after the First World War, and this is a border. So what are you looking for? All the area of Lebanon, south of Lebanon, are not belonging to Hezbollah. Hezbollah is not the government of Lebanon. This is a terrorism group under control of Iran, and those people, and believe me, I know what I'm talking about because I was living 1 kilometer from the border of Lebanon in Kibbutz Sasa. And when we was a children, I can tell you that we have to living in a shelter, and we have to run away from the rocket of them, the Katyusha, in all this area in the Galilee. And you know what? When we starting to be in the Lebanon war, and I was a soldier there, I feel that I'm in a mission that the children in my kibbutz never going to be under the shelter anymore, and it's success. But all this war going to the south of Israel to Gaza Strip, we have to stop it, and we have to throw out the Hamas like ISIS from Iraq and the other areas.
Talk in the end about 300,000 Israelis who are the reservists who have now signed up to volunteer in this force. What is the overwhelming mood in Israel today?
The mood in Israel that we have to finish it one time. No more,
Once and for all.
no more, no more, no more like before. We make a negotiation, we try to talk with them. We don't have the other side. We have to throw all the leaders of the Hamas. And you know what? If you watch on the TV show in the other channels, you can see a lot of Palestinians. They say the same like me, people that they living in Gaza. We want that Hamas going out from this area. They listen. They destroyed many families now that they get the jobs in Israel, and it was a dream of them to come to work in Israel.
What about the hostages? There are 120 hostages from Israel and some around the world. These airstrikes could have already killed some of those hostages. This is Israel that would bring every citizen home. In the past, hundreds of prisoners have been released to bring one Israeli home. What about the hostages?
I think that the rules changing now. I think that the rules changing now. I don't know what's my government going to decide by
What do
in
you
this
think should happen?
in this time. I support them. I support them. They killed 1,300 people, and we understand that with the rest of the people there, they have to understand no negotiation. If the United Nations ask from Israel to open the border and to bring diesel and the water and
They
food
say denying water
to
to a
them.
to a
No
civilian
problem.
population
No,
is a war crime. How do you
no,
respond to that?
no, it's not a war crime. I don't have to give nothing to my enemy. Nothing. No water, no food, no nothing. They can, all this country with the nice face, go send took them to you. If you want them, took them. We don't want. You know what? After the peace process with the Egyptian, Sadat give a gift for us. He take all the land from 67 conquered from the Egypt, except Gaza Strip. He understand who is those people. Looks to the pictures. Looks to the children that they kill. This is the people of Gaza. And in this case, they have to move from this area forever. All the nice country that they want to bring them food and water, bring them from your country. I don't have to give to my enemy. I don't have to give nothing to those
What
people
about
that
what
they kill
about
my
what about what
children.
about rules of war?
No,
Even war has rules. If we can come out
no
of these
problem.
images and look at,
Why
yeah,
you
and we can
think
hear. By the way, what are we hearing above us? We're very near an Air Force.
I will ask
Yeah.
the people in India.
Yes.
Starting now a war with Pakistan. Did you going to give to the Pakistani people close to the border food, water, and electricity? No way. No way. Same like here. Till now, State of Israel give them hope. State of Israel give them water, give them electricity. They didn't pay for this. Even though they didn't pay for this, why I have to support them with my tax that
Okay.
I pay?
Very, very passionate views from Ellie Srugo here, asking Indians, would you feel the same if this was a Pakistani-backed terror attack? How would you feel? Would you be talking about niceties? Would you be talking about rules of war? Ellie, last word to all Indians watching this. Last word. Any last message from you?
Yes.
Yes.
All the Israelis from all the parties are looking for a peace that we have to live in a peace, and also the Palestinian. I can tell you that 90% of the Palestinian looking to wake up in the morning, find a job, get a salary, and have a good life here. They have a good life with us. Most of them. All the others that they looking for a problem, that they looking for fighting and ego and all this, they have to go away from this area.
Okay.
Forever.
Ellie Srugo, in many ways, these very fierce and passionate words capture the mood in Israel today. As Ellie says, whether you're left, right, or center, today all Israelis are pretty much feeling this. And that Golda Meir quote is illustrative. After what you've done to us, don't tell us what to do. Israel in no mood at the moment to listen to international agencies like the United Nations. Israel is set to dismantle Hamas, and we're going to have to see what shape and form the final assault of the takes as Israeli troops move towards Gaza and possibly into Gaza. We'll be on the ground bringing you all of those updates from ground zero. Thank you for being with us, and keep following the Mojo Story for all our reports from the Israel, Gaza, Hamas war zone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.